Have you ever seen tiny insects silently chewing through wood and thought, why are they called termites? The name sounds sharp and intense, almost like something destructive. But where did that word actually come from? Is it connected to termination? Does it describe how they eat? Or is it based on something ancient? Stay tuned, because at the end of this video, I'll ask you 3 trivia questions to test how closely you listened. Make sure you remember the key details. So, why are they called termites? The word termite has ancient roots. It comes from the late Latin word termes or termites. These words were used in Roman times to describe wood-eating insects. Linguists believe the root may be connected to the Latin word terrere, which means to rub, to wear away, or to erode. And that makes perfect sense. Termites don't bite like predators. They don't sting like bees. Instead, they slowly wear wood away. They grind it down. They chew it into tiny particles. Over time, they can reduce solid wooden beams into hollow shells. So the name termite is likely connected to this idea of gradual erosion or wearing down. In other words, a termite is literally named after what it does. For a long time, termites were thought to be closely related to ants. They live in colonies. They have workers, soldiers, and reproductive members. They build complex nests. Because of this, people assumed they were just a type of white ant. But modern science tells a different story. Termites are actually more closely related to cockroaches. Specifically, to the wood-feeding cockroach genus Cryptocercus. Today, termites are classified under the order Blattodea, the same order that includes cockroaches. That means termites are not ants at all. Ants belong to the order Hymenoptera, which also includes bees and wasps. So even though termites look socially similar to ants, they evolved very differently. This scientific reclassification happened after researchers studied termite genetics and gut bacteria. And that brings us to something fascinating. Termites eat wood, but wood is made mostly of cellulose, which is extremely hard to digest. Humans can't digest cellulose. Most animals can't either. So, how do termites survive on wood? The answer is microorganisms. Inside a termite's gut live symbiotic protozoa and bacteria that break down cellulose into usable nutrients. Without these microorganisms, termites would starve. They literally depend on these tiny helpers to survive. This partnership is so important that when young termites hatch, they must receive these microorganisms from older termites through a process called trophallaxis, basically feeding from one another. So the termite isn't just a wood-eating insect, it's part of a complex biological team. Some people assume the word termite is connected to terminate, as in destruction or ending something. While they sound similar, the connection is more about shared Latin roots related to wearing down or boundaries, not direct meaning. However, culturally, the association stuck. Because termites can cause serious structural damage to homes, the name feels intense. Entire houses have collapsed due to long-term infestations. Billions of dollars are spent every year on termite prevention and repair worldwide. So even if the name originally meant to wear away, modern meaning has amplified its impact. All right, let's see how much you learned. Here are 3 trivia questions. Ready? Let's get started. Question 1. What is the most likely origin of the word termite? A. It comes from a word meaning to fly. B. It comes from a word meaning to wear away. C. It comes from a word meaning tiny ant. D. It means house destroyer. Correct answer, B. It comes from a word meaning to wear away. The word termite is believed to come from the Latin root terere, meaning to rub, to wear away, or to erode. Next question. Termites are most closely related to which insect? A. Ants. B. Bees. C. Cockroaches. D. Beetles. Correct answer, C. Cockroaches. Even though termites live in colonies like ants, they are actually more closely related to cockroaches. Scientific studies, especially genetic research, showed that termites share ancestry with wood-feeding cockroaches. That's why they are classified in the same order, Blattodea. Last question. How are termites able to digest wood? A. They produce a special acid. B. Their teeth grind it into nutrients. C. Microorganisms in their gut break down cellulose. D. They don't actually digest wood. Correct answer. C. Microorganisms in their gut break down cellulose. Termites cannot digest cellulose on their own. Instead, they rely on symbiotic protozoa and bacteria living in their digestive system. These microorganisms break cellulose into simpler compounds that termites can absorb as nutrients. Without these helpers, termites would not survive. So next time you hear the word termite, remember, it's not just a scary pest name. It's a word rooted in ancient language, describing one simple but powerful act. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.